Interesting, interesting. Uh, let's check in on Achi, because I want to see if I can unscrew what happened on Maria's route there. You must be Hitomi, right? They just met Kanan. The girl called Kanan spoke fairly fluent Japanese. Hitomi nodded in response. Yes, it's me, and you're Kanan, right? How did you know my name? Did Maria tell you? Yes. She told me about this amazing girl from overseas she made friends with. A thin smile crossed Kanan's lips at the word amazing. You just killed her like a room full of people, though. Then her look grew sad. Poor Maria. It's my fault she was abducted. What? Achi and Hitomi gasped in unison. That's why I have to rescue her, Kanan added. Hold on a second, Hitomi said. What do you mean it's your fault? Kanan replied by jerking her chin in the direction of the main road. Better head that way, she said softly. Someone's coming. But Hitomi didn't back down. Please tell me, why was my sister kidnapped? Uh-oh. Several of the footsteps echoed down the alley. They could see figures approaching now. By the looks of it, accomplices of the man Kanan had taken down earlier. You two get out of here, she warned. I'll handle this. She stepped down in front of Achi and Hitomi, moving with such confidence that they didn't doubt that she could handle the threat. Come to the Jijo building at 3 o'clock, she added quietly, never taking her eyes off the advancing syndicate members. Huh? Hitomi squeaked. I'll explain everything then. The criminals broke into a run. Come on, Hitomi, let's go, Achi hissed. He took her by the hand and bolted from the alleyway. The two didn't slow their pace until they put plenty of distance between themselves and the alleyway. They are getting some exercise today. Kanan said this was her fault. What could she have meant by that? The hard run had made Hitomi forget the other girl's startling suggestion. Well, she said she'd meet with us again later, Achi said. We can ask her more about it then. In the meantime, an ache in his belly had made Achi realize he'd been running all day and hadn't eaten since the morning. People on a diet need to be careful about skipping meals. Going too long without proper nourishment can cause the body to store up its energy reserves, leading to weight gain instead of loss. Proper eating habits and proper exercise are key. That's right. Don't starve yourself, because that's not how dieting works. Maybe it's not the best timing, but do you want to get some food? I'll be okay. Hitomi's face was racked with emotion. It's only natural, Achi thought. Not only was she afraid for her sister's life, but there were all these people out to kill her too. And with this Kanan girl suddenly showing up, the situation was more confusing than ever. Still, they might as well address the few problems they could control. There's a fast food joint nearby. Let's go in there, Achi said. You might not be hungry, but you should still make sure you stay hydrated. Hitomi shook her head, but her wan face practically radiated exhaustion. Come on, we should rest up a little. But there's no rush. If we're going to meet up with Kanan later, it's probably best if we don't wander around aimlessly until then. Never know who we might run into. I guess you're right. The two went into the fast food restaurant together. Sweden. Welcome, said the girl at the register with a bright smile. May I take your order? I'll have spaghetti with meat sauce. How about you, Hitomi? Spaghetti with a sauce made from tomatoes and ground meat, also known as spaghetti bolognese, if you wanted to sound more Italian. Like Neapolitan spaghetti flavored with ketchup, it is a perennial favorite of Japanese children. Frozen packages at the supermarket for around 200 yen a pop make for simple and decently tasting microwavable meal that's also easy on the wallet. I'll just have an iced tea. Hey, now, you should probably eat at least a little something. Okay, then I'll have a strawberry parfait. Everyone loves parfait. A dessert of strawberries topped with ice cream and whipped cream. Hitomi had been so worried about her sister that she hasn't eaten anything since last night. But being with Achi has calmed her nerves a little and her appetite has returned. Perhaps her reflexive order of a strawberry parfait is a sign that she's not only hungry, but also still a little girl with a sweet tooth at heart. She sounded a little embarrassed to be ordering a dessert. So, yeah, said Achi. One spaghetti and meat sauce and a strawberry parfait, please. Coming right up. The cashier promptly assembled their meal and set it out on a tray. We got a special contest going on right now. Excuse me, she said. Please check if you're interested. The girl handed Achi a flyer. It read, Iron Stomach Eating Contest. Eat 1,000 scoops of ice cream and win 10 million yen. Oh my god. Competitive eating event held by this establishment backed by Sun TV. The competition had been shared with the entire country over the internet. Many contestants have entered for a shot at the 10 million yen prize, but so far no one's been able to complete the eating challenge due to a large number of competitors who suffer from gastrointestinal distress. As a result of their efforts, roughly 30 portable toilets have been set up outside the restaurant. Well, I 100% know that Chiri would win this in a second. What the heck? Achi stared at the flyer as he took a seat at the open table. 1,000 scoops? That's impossible! Anyway, let's hurry up and eat. As Achi stuffed his face with spaghetti, he thought back to their encounter with Kanan. I want a parfait now. The girl had helped them out, sure, but could they really trust her completely? It might be dangerous to meet up with her again. Still, Hitomi needed to know more about what happened to Maria. And Kanan obviously knew something about that. It looked like they needed to take that risk. My sister really is amazing. Huh? Hitomi's quiet words drew Achi from his ruminations. He paused the forkful of spaghetti halfway to his mouth. My sister met Kanan while she was on a trip to the Middle East with my father. Hitomi nibbled at her parfait, looking lonesome. Cool, but how does that in particular make your sister amazing? It's typical of her is all. She's so dynamic and gung-ho about things. Hitomi explained, her gaze turned inward. It was just my father and sister who took that trip to the Middle East. I didn't go with them. I guess my mental image of that part of the world is mostly that it's really dangerous. To me, going there seemed like a huge risk, but Maria didn't see it that way. Your sister sounds like a bit of a loose cannon. But if you can't bring yourself to take risks, to do things, Hitomi continued, you can't meet new people and have new experiences. That's the part I always get hung up on, the risk. I'd never be able to make a friend like Kanan. I hear that. Achi's mind wandered as he listened to Hitomi talk. She and her sister might be twins, but each of them was still unique. What kind of person was Hitomi's sister? And you want to sit there and listen? I want to listen to her voice. You just want to sit there and listen to her voice. Her voice was sweeter than any parfait could be. Achi had never been a big fan of sweets, but he wanted as many helpings of Hitomi's voice as he could get. A term used to refer to candies, snacks, or desserts that are flavored to be, well, sweet. You'll see people on cooking shows trying fancy sweets and raving about how they taste, using every word but sweet, which you would never think that kind of you would think kind of defeats the whole point, but whatever. No matter how trivial. If she said it, he wanted to hear it. But Hitomi went quiet and hung her head. Broken from his reverie, Achi spoke up again. What's the point in comparing yourself to your sister? You're your own person, Hitomi. Professor Palmer said the same thing. Huh? Achi didn't recognize the name. Oh, sorry. Leland Palmer. He's my university English professor. He's given me advice on a whole bunch of things. Didn't we meet that guy at some point? That sounded rather intimate. All sorts of worrying images shot through Achi's mind. Not this again. Uh-huh. So, how old is this teacher of yours? Huh? Around 40 or so, I guess? Great, Achi thought to himself. Another middle-aged guy. No, not another one of these. His mind filled with another sequence of slightly more upsetting images. Oh, hey, ain't that Hitomi Isawa? Oh, well, you're right, totally is. Is that Masahiro Sakurai? College-aged couple sitting behind them were talking in hushed, excited tones. Man, she really is a cutie, the young man observed. He made no attempt to hide the fact he was looking Hitomi over. Hey, hold on, Masa, said the girl. What gives? First-year student at Midoriyama Academy, works part-time as a delivery driver for Dogen Hut, a noodle shop in Dogenzaka. He's taken the day off work today in order to attempt a dry run of the Iron Stomach eating competition, hoping to strike it rich while his girlfriend looks on. But now he's eaten 2 parfaits, his stomach isn't feeling well, and he's just gotten back from his 5th trip to the toilet. I mean, she is Miss Midoriyama, right? Miss Midoriyama? Achi turned to the couple. Hey, did you just say she's Miss Midoriyama? Or say nothing, keep his ears turned to the couple. It is best to ignore the couple, whatever they talk about now. Let's not interrupt them. Let's listen in. Achi said nothing but kept his ears tuned to the couple's conversation. You sure that's her? Yeah, it totally is. No, it isn't. Isn't that Maria Osawa? Oh, maybe. Either way, she's super cute. Hey now, Masa, what gives? First-year student at Midoriyama Academy works part-time for Dogen Hut, Noodle Shop, and Dogenzaka. He's just back from suffering in the restroom, his stomach rather upset from eating too much parfait. While doing his business there, he happened to spot a magazine on the wall rack. Flipping through nonchalantly, he came across a potential 100,000 yen scratch card inside. Seeing that it hadn't been scratched off, he considered trying for the prize, but then deciding it was no time to press his luck, left the restroom without scratching it. I love these stupid random facts that have no bearing on the story. Achi turned back to Hitomi. Is that true? He asked, peering intently at her face. Well, yeah. She nodded with an awkward smile. I mean, you are really cute and all, Achi said. Miss Midoriyama will all be. He nodded to himself as he took it all in. It was Professor Palmer who convinced me to enter the beauty contest, actually, Hitomi said. The Miss Midoriyama contest at Midoriyama Academy is considered one of the top student beauty pageants in Japan. Pin-up shots of both Hitomi and Maria have already graced the pages of several magazines. Talent agencies have also made attempts to scout them, but both girls declined, claiming they entered the contest just for the memories, and they have no interest in show business. Huh. Achi's smile twisted up a little. He said if I really wanted to change myself, I should try entering. Achi maintained his outward composure, but inside his heart was racing. Tanaka and Palmer, which one of them held Hitomi's true affections? Or was she possibly leading on two middle-aged men at the same time? The more he thought about it, the worse his delusions became. Not again. What actually happened, though, is my sister and I both won the prize. Hitomi's words snapped him out of his funk. She sounded disappointed. Huh? They gave it a double prize? Turns out my sister had entered the competition, too. She smiled a self-deprecating smile. Guess twins really do think alike, huh? Hey, double schmubble, you still run a prize, right? That's pretty impressive. Nah, they just picked me as an afterthought to my sister because twins sharing the prize made for a good headline. She looked away sadly. Did they say they picked you as an afterthought? They didn't have to. It was obvious that my sister really won. You can't know that. Maybe she was the afterthought. Come on, you need to believe in yourself. Hitomi just hung her head. But I'm such a terrible person. Suddenly, her eyes welled with tears. I hate myself so much. I can never forgive myself for what I did. Hey, whoa! Achi watched her with trepidation. She looked like she might start bawling at any moment. What's the matter? The night my sister was kidnapped, I was supposed to go to a college party with her. But then all of a sudden she told me not to go. I kept asking her why not, but she just kept insisting I couldn't. Hitomi's face was bleak with regret. We both got mad and I wound up blowing up at her. Okay, I get it. I don't need to go to the party. Fine, I'll just be your little tag-along anyway. Just like in that beauty contest, you just couldn't let me enter that by myself, could you? You always have to be the center of attention. Maria scowled. Fine. The party starts at 7 o'clock. Try not to forget, okay? I was kicking myself as soon as I told her off. My sister isn't the sort of person to tell me what to do or not to do. She must have had a reason for not wanting me to go. I was planning on apologizing to her after the party, but then she was abducted, right? Achi polished off the last of his spaghetti, set down his fork and wiped his mouth. Hitomi, I get why you're trying so hard to save your sister, he said. And maybe I'm not as tough as that Kanan girl, but I'll stick with you to the end if you let me. He tried his best to convey an optimism he didn't really feel. And once you found her and she's safe and sound, you can tell her you're sorry about what she said. At long last, Hitomi cracked a smile. And here we are over here. Okay, a short while later, the two arrived outside the Jijo building. They were a little early for their 3 o'clock meetup with Kanan. They decided that searching at random for the blue minivan was too risky. It could easily draw the attention of the man with the cane or foreign kidnappers. Getting information from Kanan seemed like the next best move. Oh, hey, Achi says they waited. You got a little rip in your top. How do they both have a rip in the same arm? How? Hitomi glanced at her shoulder and saw the tear in the fabric. Oh, you're right. When did that happen, I wonder? Must have snagged on something while we were running, I guess. They really are twins. We got some time before Kanan gets here. Do you want to go buy some new clothes? Huh? Are you sure that's a good idea? We'll stick out if we just stand around here waiting. May as well head inside until it's time. Since many celebrities did their shopping at Jijo, there are back entrances for times when the place is crowded. Everyone who frequented the old shopping district knew about them, including Achi and Hitomi. In a pinch, one of those back entrances could be an escape room. Okay, it's as good a place as any, I guess. With this in mind, the two head inside. Shibuya Jijo is an entertainment complex featuring a video arcade and fashion shops. At the time of this story, Jijo included not only a fashion mall, but various amusements on its different levels. The second floor features all ages fun with rides, games, and sticker machines, while the third floor supports the latest arcade games for the core gamer. There's also a food court that offers things such as crepes and loaded takoyaki octopus dough balls. The ground floor and two basement levels of the building were designed as an amusement area outfitted with skee-ball, claw cranes, fighting games, and the like. The second floor held a mix of photo booths and ladies' wear shops. On the third floor were specialty fashion boutiques, and on the fourth were restaurants. Sounds like a nice place. Achi and Hitomi took the escalator to the second floor. Hitomi started heading for the shops, but Achi stopped her. Hey, wait up! What's the matter? A dude hanging around a women's clothing store is going to stand out. I'll wait for you here. There seemed to be nobody but female customers around. If the man with the cane of the kidnappers appeared, Achi figured he would spot them right away. It should be safe for Hitomi to shop on her own for a short while. Alright, Hitomi said, I'll try to make this quick. She began to head out onto the sales floor. Oh my god. Ooh! A seedy-looking man poked out from beneath the door of a photo booth right at Hitomi's feet. That was a close one, wasn't it, Tama? He said to her. I thought I was dead meat for sure. His tone was oddly cheerful considering what he was saying to her. Who's this guy? Achi asked. Do you know him? No, I don't. The sketchy fellow gave her an ingratiating look. Come on, Tama, don't be like that. Hitomi took an anxious step backward. Hey man, knock it off! Achi dragged the guy up to his feet. Okay, no need to get all testy. Who is this guy, Tama? Your boyfriend? Who is this guy, Tommy? Your boyfriend? Boyfriend. That might be one way to get rid of him. That's right. How about you get lost? Or a bashful grin spread across, I guess. Or, yeah. Yeah, that's right. How about you get lost? He was about to say, but Hitomi spoke up first. No, he's not. What? So you're not her boyfriend? The guy flashed a broad grin. Hey, listen, you creep. Who the hell are you? Oh, me? The man's face suddenly blanched. Oh crap! Tom, hold on to this for a bit, will ya? The weirdo shoved a worn-out magazine into Tomi's hands, then bolted off in a panic. The heck was that all about? Yeah, I wonder why he ran off like that. Achi and Tomi stared at one another. Well, anyway, Achi said there are a lot of nut jobs out there, so just be careful, yeah? Okay, if anything happens, I'll give you a shout. Tomi flashed an impish smile, then scampered off onto the sales floor. As he watched her go, Achi muttered to himself, Damn it, why does she have to be so cute? Okay, now we have to figure out how to have him not creep out Tama. Or Maria. 5 minutes or more. Excuse me. I should probably make tea before I do these Shibuya Scramble streams. 5 minutes more passed as Achi waited for Hitomi. He stood by the escalator, almost as if he were keeping guard. Female shoppers began to give him icy stares for being somewhere he probably shouldn't. This sucks. Come on, Hitomi, hurry up and get back here. The longer he waited, the more uncomfortable he felt. How long was she gonna take? Yeah, there she is. He happened to turn around and see Hitomi riding the escalator up. It looked like she had indeed bought some new clothes. Hey, Hitomi! She didn't seem to hear him. He decided to shout a bit louder, and he decided to go after her. Tea is a good idea. So which one would be... You know what? He doesn't go after her in our Maria route, so let's see what happens if we do that instead. Has she forgotten what she was waiting, where he was waiting for her? She stayed on the escalator, heading up towards the top floor. Achi followed her, but by the time she reached the top, she was out of sight. This is the restaurant floor, so it was more open than the other levels. The floor designated solely for eateries. Typically, this is the topmost floor of the mall building, like Jijo. Those who head up here during the morning hours will likely find the place deserted. Jijo's restaurant floor features a variety of different cuisines, including Chinese, Italian, creative Japanese food, sushi, tempura, and other delicacies from around the world. He hurriedly began to look around. As he wondered, he bumped into a man talking on his cell phone. Ah, sorry, my bad. Achi held up his hand in apology, but the man was too engrossed in his conversation to notice. No, you're not getting it. The lock was undone too. The man startled Achi by suddenly shouting into his phone. You need to consider the risk of getting it out. Whoever this guy's talking about, he sure was angry with whoever was on the other end. So is this Tanaka? Like, this is the guy that hits Maria that we saw earlier. Yeah, look, I'll figure out what to do about the minivan. You just handle things on your end. Minivan? Achi's interest was piqued, but he needed to find Hitomi before he let anything distract him. As he scouted the fourth floor, he came across a Chinese buffet and noticed a large window in its outer walls. He could see a lot of Shibuya through those windows. Maybe Hitomi decided to look for the minivan from up here? One of the restaurant employees came rushing up as Achi headed inside. Sir, I'm sorry, she said. Oh my god. Sir, you'll have to forgive the inconvenience. We're not open to the public, not right now, not at the moment, I mean. The employee's voice was oddly subdued for some reason. What is going on? Oh no, what's going on with you? Misei Takei. Misei? What are you doing here, Misei? A part-time staffer at the Imabiki Chinese restaurant. Her boss chewed her out pretty bad for showing up at work with her nails manicured black. She was ordered to go to the restroom and scrub them clean, but no amount of nail polish remover is able to do the trick, so she's been dealing with her boss's wrath all day long. Why does that have to be a thing? Oh, I feel bad, I'm sorry. Why not? Achi asked. Well, you see, one of our other customers ate all our food. They ate all of it? Look at, oh my god, look at her. This is like an anime. She's just an anime character. What was it? From Samurai Champloo, the main character. I cannot remember her name for the life of me. Looking around, Achi saw a chubby young woman camped at the table by one of the windows. Set out before her was a veritable mountain of plates. What I'm trying to say, sir, is that we're closed for the rest of the day. Oh, but I'm with her, actually, Achi lied. Without waiting for a reply, he barged into the restaurant. Look at her. He took a quick look around. I like that the vegetables are still there, but there was no sign of Hitomi. Before leaving, though, he figured he'd at least take a look at the windows. The huge glass panes looked out into Dogonzaka. He had a decent view of the roads, but he didn't spot a blue minivan. Achi dropped his gaze to the sidewalk outside the building. Oh. He let out a tiny gasp. Even from 4 stories up, there was no mistaking what he saw. A group of black-clad foreign men had gathered outside the building. Had they figured out that he and Hitomi were inside? He needed to find her, and fast. He raced out of the restaurant to alert for trouble. Okay, so we're stuck over here, but we should be able to continue Maria's story then. Interesting. So was that Tanaka? It looked like him. I don't know. Oh, this is not good. One sec. Is this okay? So yeah, the bad end is done over here. So I guess we're just gonna continue from where we are over here. I'm still gonna bounce out on Yanagashita because I don't need to. It seems to end the same way, and I don't want to see that entire scene again with the pictures. Those just take longer. Didn't get to mention transparent scratch cards. Yeah, okay. Third floor is packed with young girls. I spot a shirt that catches my eye and head to the fitting room to try it on. There, I realized there's something in my pocket, something I must have been carrying around for a while. Wait. That's that's Stanley. It's a photo. A photo of a white man. What? Who's this guy? Can't quite tell if I recognize him or not. Why do you have a photo of him in your pocket? This man. This beautiful man. Huh? It's got the dangerous. Oh no. Is the CIA man actually not good? I cannot believe it. Hear someone's voice inside my head. He's hot? I mean, I guess that's a reason why you would carry someone's picture in your pocket. Stay away from him. Flashes of memory flicker in my mind. I see a girl standing before me. I can't quite recall her face, but I get the impression she's someone very important. Is it Kanan? She speaks to me. Yeah, it is. Okay. This man is dangerous. Stay away from him. The plot is thickening. That's all. Then I snap back to my senses. It feels like I was right on the cusp of remembering something critical. At any rate, it seems that there's some connection between me and the man in the photo. Try as I might, though, I can't recall anything more than that. Aw, that's cute. I try on a shirt I picked out. Yeah, that looks good. I decide to buy it and have the store toss out my torn sweater for me. As I'm about to go down the escalator, a young man strides up to me as if I'm an old friend. Okay, so this is back to Achi's route. So why don't we jump there? Why don't we see where this is going? As much as I want to continue following Maria. Achi took the escalator down to the 3rd floor, and there was Hitomi standing right in the open after he'd been searching for her high and low. There you are, I thought we were going to meet on the 2nd floor, Achi said. She stared back at him in confusion. Well, anyway, come on, we have to go hide. Hide? Why? She gave him a dubious look. Achi felt like something was off, but now wasn't the time to dwell on it. Because those guys might have found us, they're outside. He took hold of Hitomi's hand. Hey, let go, what gives? She quickly yanked her hand away. Huh? As Achi tried to make sense of the way she was acting, she took off down the corridor. Hey, Hitomi! He hurried after her. It was like changing her clothes would also change her personality. Still, he couldn't just leave her alone. The kidnappers might well be closing in. He stayed in pursuit of her, trying not to draw too much attention. He headed in the direction Hitomi had gone and came to a stairwell. What the heck is going on? Had she gone up or down? Achi frowned in consternation. Hey, stop right there! He heard shouting coming from down below. Then came a sound of footsteps rushing up the stairs. Hitomi? Was someone chasing her? Achi bolted down the stairs before he could mold it over too much. No! Down on the landing, he ran to a man who was pale in the face. You gotta help me! There he is again. The man went and cowered behind Achi. These guys are looking for everyone today, huh? 2 thuggish looking men came up the stairs after him. These guys are after Yanagashita, they're after, Tayama, or whatever his name is. Hand him over, kid. Yeah, don't make us do nothing we'll both regret. Oh, Achi can beat them up, though. 2 guys bullying some frail old man, Achi huffed. And you want me to just turn a blind eye while that goes down? Yeah, that's not gonna happen. The younger fellow, the one who looked like a small-time gangster, sneered. You gonna want to turn a blind eye to this, little man. This is gonna get bloody. By the way, Achi asked, either you see a girl around here? Super cute, about yay tall. Oh, that's mean! The gangster suddenly threw a jab with his right fist, and Achi dodged on reflex. The punch wound up catching the man hiding behind him straight in the face instead. Oh, whoops. Achi realized his mistake a moment too late. The man splayed out on the floor. Whoa, my bad, Gramps. You okay? Achi hunkered down and slapped the man in the face. Hey, come on, stay with me. It's no use. I'm done for. Hydration! Please look after Hana Minorikawa. The man's muttering was all but incomprehensible. Sorry, I'm hydrating. Hey, Achi said, this guy seriously needs to get to a hospital or he's in big trouble. You guys, go call an ambulance. He needs... Uh-oh. When Achi looked back, the man in the sunglasses standing over him holding up a fire extinguisher. Why wait for an ambulance when the fire department's already here? The butt of the fire extinguisher came right down on Achi's face. Oh. But I didn't call for the fire department. Bad ending? Whoops. I didn't call for the fire department. While chasing Hitomi, Achi had a run-in with some Yakuza and got beaten up, but actually the girl Achi was following wasn't Hitomi. In order for him to avoid this disastrous fate, the girl needs to run off in a different direction. So I need to play this from Maria's side of things now.